Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the MicDrop podcast. It's your boy Alex Wardu. Follow us on all social media. We got a live stream coming up. We're about to do a top 10 songs of the year. I'm gonna have a lot of special guests there, so be able to make sure you check that out. We got a special guest, Stef Moro of Studio 3. How you doing, bro?
Hi guys, hi Alex, how are you doing? I'm doing
I'm doing
great.
great. I'm
Yeah,
doing
and
good.
as always.
Talk about a little about where you're from and how you got into music.
So I'm from nearby Venice, Italy. So I started very early in my career. I was like 8 years old, and my dad is a musician, so I started like playing a lot of instruments, and I just picked guitar as my main instrument. And I just kind of figured out that I wanted to be an engineer later, like when I was probably 15, 14, just because I was recording myself and then my band, then, friends, till, having a studio with Irko again here in LA. So, everything started because of my passion for like rock and rap music all together. So, of course, the sonics of it are the things that I like the best. So mixing was kind of like the ultimate goal, like being able to work on music from all over the world. And yeah, pretty much like that. So I opened my first studio when I was, well, first my home studio when I was 15, and then when I was 20 I opened my big studio in Italy. And then when I was around 22, I came here and I just, fell in love with the industry, LA, America.
Mm, okay.
So, came here for 7, 8 times, 6 months a year till I found Irko, and
Mm.
we built this amazing place.
How did you end up finding Irko?
Well, the craziest thing is that we're from the same city in Italy, but we didn't
Okay.
know each other back then. So I just came here. I texted him a couple times. We met after, I don't know, probably 2, 3 times that I came here, and we started working together online, and even here for his birthday. He had like this massive birthday party in a very cool recording studio in
Mm.
Hollywood. And then we just started working together like almost every day till one day he just asked me to be part of this amazing building where we have two studios, two booths and lounge, smoke lounge. It's a great studio. So
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
we've been planning to have the studio for at least 5 years, and finally we're working here
Mm.
today. So yeah, that was the
That's dope.
goal. Yeah. So yeah, by
That's dope.
accident. Again, we didn't know each other back then, even if we're from the same city, and it's a very small city. We're talking about
Mm.
like 30,000 people.
What
Yeah.
city was it?
It's called Conegliano. Very
Conan.
close to Venice, like 30 minutes ish. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool. So how did you learn how to, engineer and produce? Do you produce too?
No, I don't produce. I used to write songs with my bands and everything, but of course I studied music but no, I'm 100% engineer, so I only record and mix. Um well, at first, when I was 15, my very first job, it was working in a music shop. So I started learning about all of the instruments, gear, and I needed to record myself because if you want to, improve yourself as a musician or a singer or a guitar player, like the fastest way is to record yourself and,
Mm.
see if you can improve yourself. Um, so at first it was just that. Then I kind of liked the fact that I could write with Pro Tools, record the band like rehearsal shows. Um, so yeah, at some point I was just on Pro Tools all day. So
Mm.
it just
I
happened.
hear I hear Pro Tools is like the go-to DAW that people use.
Yeah.
Do you think Pro Tools is like the best DAW?
So I don't want to say that it's the best though, but it is the industry standard, and I start with Pro Tools. So I mean,
Mm,
I know even other DAWs, like I really like Logic.
mhm,
But yeah, like I start with Pro Tools 5, so that's
mm. Okay, okay.
very used to it. Yeah, I kind of, during the pandemic I wanted to try to mix on other DAWs, so I did that with Logic, and I really really like it, but I'm so used on Pro Tools that I don't even have to think,
Hmm.
when I have to do like shortcuts and stuff, so I'm just too used to it. So I would say yes and no. Like if you start on Logic, you can definitely mix on Logic, but if you start on Pro Tools, it's kind of hard to
Mm,
like move to another DAW. So yeah.
mm. Okay, okay. Since you've been working at Studio 3, who have you been able to like work with? Like any like notable names that you've been able to work with or
Well,
even talk to?
so when I came here, literally after 3 or 4 days, Irko gave me the possibility to work on Donda. So to help with a lot of things, prepping files, editing, exporting for live shows, all of
Mm.
that. So actually, that was my very first session.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, that's crazy.
yeah, yeah. It is. Yeah,
How,
the
how
studio
was how was
wasn't
that whole
even finished.
experience for you? Like how involved were you in that whole process when
So
you was
of
working?
course, Yurko was literally like in the stadium while I was in Italy, because I during COVID I couldn't come here, because of the whole immigration situation and everything. So I was in my bedroom. So to me,
Mm,
it was just crazy to have like these files of legendary people. But Yurko was actually in the stadium with Kanye and all of the team. It was crazy, of course, crazy for him. um Actually, during that 2-3 weeks we worked on, also on another album of this Italian artist that went double platinum. So in like 2-3 weeks everything happened, plus
mm,
my migration. So yeah, it was pretty crazy, and like being able to just help on an album like that, it was of course like very very great, and thanks to Irka, of course.
yeah.
So yeah, but during the last day, the last year, we've been working like a lot in the structure, and we're still upgrading rooms, gear, and stuff. But yeah, we've been yeah, I think I did at least 200 songs this year,
Mm,
so
okay.
probably even
Okay.
here like in here. But yeah,
So when did you start working at Studio 3? Like around that time?
I came here 13 months ago, and we started like
Mm,
building the studio after 2 days that I was here. Actually, even 24 hours probably. So of
mm,
course, at first we didn't have the big speakers, we didn't have all of the gear, so it was a process just to build it, pretty much. So
mm.
um, yeah, I mean, fun. The grand opening was 2 months ago, so it's been open for officially for like 2 months, so still brand new. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What so how did you like originally learn? Did you like teach yourself how to engineer songs or
No,
did
no, no, no. I went to school, engineering school, in Italy.
Okay.
And after that, I've done a lot of like the Pro Tools lessons, all of the levels, and then like specific courses like Atmos, Pro Tools, Dante, like a lot of different like master classes, all of it. And of course, if you want to be an engineer, you gotta study like every day, pretty much. Like literally this morning, I
Mm,
was studying some Atmos stuff because we're building Atmos in Studio B. So I gotta like new gear,
hmm.
yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of things, and not even like
Cause
audio things, like even the old Dante network. You gotta learn what's a network, like not only the audio part but the old thing. So yeah.
yeah. Yeah, because I had an interview with Nicholas Day Porcel. He's
Mhm.
with $1 Million Snare. And he was talking about like the majority of like all the music on Apple Music going from stereo to Atmos. So I know it's like something happens with the sound when it gets uploaded to streaming services like Apple Music and
Oh yeah.
Spotify. It kind of loses quality. So, is that basically what you're working on? Is like Atmos stuff now, or?
No, what we're setting up the Atmos, well, Studio B also has an Atmos room, so we can have a very like versatile room, so we can produce, mix in stereo, mix in surround, produce in surround, record vocals. We can do pretty much everything in there. Um, a lot of the people that I'm working with do need up like uh, surround mixes too, because labels are paying for it, and it's like a new world that people want to like try, at
Mhm.
least even just producing on Atmos or mixing. um so because it's a new technology, it kind of makes sense to try and
Mhm.
see where it goes. I don't know what it's gonna be in like 5 years from now with
Mhm.
Atmos. It's kind of unpredictable. It was like the 5.1 or quad or other surround um, systems that didn't really work that well on music
Mhm.
through time. So yeah, let's see,
Yeah.
but it's for sure. And about
Yeah.
streaming platforms, yeah, even with just stereo mixes, like you upload on YouTube, and of course it changes a lot. I actually use a very cool plugin that where you can stream when you can listen difference between how it's going to be with streaming platform compared
Mm.
to just the full quality audio file. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I know that Atmos stuff is like pretty relatively new. So yeah.
Yeah, for music,
Um.
yes.
What else? Yeah. 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 What are some like what are some pet peeves that you don't really like when you're mixing for an artist, or some things that artists bring up that you don't really like?
uh so it's, well, okay, so the first thing is when they listen to the mix like with a very fast, maybe with just a phone without like proper
Yeah.
um devices. So that could happen. But again, I don't have any like problems. Uh, it's all about communicating like good with the
Mm.
artists, so, or the producers. So I don't have something in particular, to be honest. It really depends by the situation, of course. But like it might be revisions, so when people don't really know where to go, so they're like, okay, let's try these, let's try that, and have like precise idea of what they want. That might be an example. So, time revisions, and then you go back to the first mix or stuff.
Hmm.
It might happen, but after a lot of years, you kind of know your clients and they know you. So it's all about communication. So
Yeah. Yeah. Um, have you had any like since the Donda, working on that, has there been any other artists that are like maybe well known that you've worked with so far?
well, I've helped Irko on a lot of like cool stuff. Now I'm working on a lot of stuff with Fresh from Cash Money. I've been working with guys from Next, the R&B group from the '90s. I've been working on a lot of cool things. Rascas this week,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
No,
and some
I did.
other things that I
I,
can say right now.
I
But
didn't
yeah,
know Razcast still made music.
yeah, great music, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I got a
that's what's
hit
up.
here in the like in front of me. Yeah,
That's
gonna yeah, we gotta finish it in like a couple of days. So
okay. Okay,
yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. Okay, I see you. See you putting in work. I
yeah,
see.
every day, man.
Who are your like top five producers and engineers of all time,
Hmm.
in your opinion?
So, my favorite engineers usually are also producers, but like Dre, Skrillex, people that kind of shape the sound, so they're not really like mixing for other people, but it created their own sound that We all follow some, Dre's drums, Skrillex loudness, and but talking about like engineers, well, of course, I've been learning a lot with Irko, so I'll definitely put him in the top five. Manny is one of
Yeah.
my favorites, absolutely. I like Jason. There are a lot of great engineers, but like my top one is of course Dre for the drums. Um,
Mm,
yeah, the thing about engineers is that we all have to follow the producer's taste. Um, so it's kind of hard to
mm,
say I like that engineer's sound because an engineer shouldn't have like big like you don't want to shape too much the sound. Um,
mm,
we want to improve the track itself and not really like changing the sound as this sounds like me, this sounds like him. So
yeah.
sometimes it's kind of hard to say I love that engineer, that's it. Like Skrillex of course can do whatever he wants because it's his music and his style, but an engineer is kind of different. So I like a lot of my colleagues. It really depends by the album, by the song, by the
Mm.
production. So you never know how
Why
much
why
revision.
exactly do you like Skrillex though?
Uh, well, first Skrillex album was the loudest. Was not only the loudest, but it sounded clean and it was just
Mm,
just perfect. Like, of course, I was young, so the first big albums that I've heard that really changed my life were like Dre, Linkin Park, um, Skrillex, like early
mm,
2000. Uh,
yeah.
so of course to me sound wise that was impressive, like -4 -3, but still super clean with a lot of low end. So I just liked
Mm,
it very very much, and when I first heard that he was also mixing his tracks I was like, whoa, okay, this is different. And then I kind of like
mm,
I'm using some of the techniques that he used to use back in the days with with his music. So yeah.
mm. Okay. Okay. What about Timbaland and Pharrell? What do you think about them?
Yeah, but producers, they're definitely two of my top five. Yeah,
Mm,
yeah, of course.
okay.
Yeah, both. Yeah, how can you not like them?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you have planned for the future? Like, where do you see yourself maybe a year from now?
So definitely
Personally.
here for a lot of years, because I've been planning to move here and stay here and work in the music industry here in LA for the last 9 years. So my goal was to stay here, and now of course I'm gonna stay here for hopefully a long time. So
Mm,
yeah, literally
mm.
just here in this studio. So yeah, just working on
Mm.
the music that I like.
When? What year did you? What year did you move here?
So I moved here permanently a little more than a year ago, but first time that I came here it was 2012 for a 2 weeks vacation pretty
Mm,
much. um and then I just fell in love, with LA, the industry, music here, the people. So I just, guy, I was 21 years old, so I didn't know the language, I didn't know people, I had no connections at all with the music
mm,
industry. So I had to like learn if I like the city at first, if it's something that I could do, what I needed to learn or do, like all of the immigration, find a sponsor, people you can trust. It was a long process, of course, but I just took my time and it was worth it. So yeah.
definitely, definitely worth it. If you can work on Donda while you're here, it's definitely
Yeah,
worth it, right?
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Uh, I guess that's all I really had to ask. I was gonna ask what other things you've been working on that's gonna come out maybe in the future that you can
Yeah,
speak
sure.
on.
Yeah, of course. I have a bunch of stuff. Let me just take a look at the mixes that I have open right now, so I can mention some more.
Yeah. So I know you've been working on a lot of new mixes over there. I've been trying to go to that studio one of these days, man.
Man, you should just let me know. I also have a room, guest room for artists and producers.
Mm.
um, connected to the studio too, so we can also like transfer files, record from there to here. It's
Okay.
literally just a room for music people. So yeah, we can have. I have people from all over the world coming here, so
Hmm.
they can just stay there and come in the studio in 10 seconds, and just very cool.
Okay. And you're
Um,
in LA, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm in LA.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna
Yeah,
pop up. I'm gonna pop up there. Sometime next year I'll pop in.
yeah, man. What you want? So I just said Fresh. Working with Frankie Razor on his new EP, Amazing R&B Singer. I'm working with Kanan, great rapper here from LA. Nam Jones, another R&B.
You
Very
said Canine or Canaan?
Kanan, yeah, Kanan,
Okay.
yeah.
So I know someone. I think I might know someone named K9, but I don't know if it's the same person.
Might be. Yeah, yeah, no, he's great. Regal Crooks. We're working on a great album. Shabuzi, yeah, go check his music. We just released the new album, but we're working on a lot of new music. It's like country rap music, more or
Mm.
less. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Shabuzi, yeah.
Diversifying the portfolio. I see it.
Yeah, and a lot of other stuff. Kidara, she's actually here right now. We were mixing a song that we're gonna finish. We have to finish today. A lot of great music. Yeah, I'm definitely happy. Yeah,
Yeah.
and on my Instagram, I'm always like, I have a lot of the music that I'm mixing on my. So if you want to go there and just take a listen, yeah, it's
Oh, I
everything.
definitely will. I definitely will, man.
Yeah,
Shit. Well, it's nice talking to you, man.
nice talking to you.
Whenever you want to come back on, you're welcome, man.
Oh yeah, that would
Yeah.
be great. Actually, yeah, I have a lot of friends in there, so yeah,
Hmm.
yeah,
For sure. Let the people know where to find you. Instagram, Twitter, all that.
yeah. So my Instagram is Steph Audio Stylist, and you'll see all of my infos in there. Yeah, it's Steph Audio Stylist pretty much everywhere. So yeah,
All right. All right. Appreciate you coming on, man.
man, thank you so much for the set.
Yeah. No problem. No problem.